25 carats, beautiful reds, gold, and some green Cuba white crystal matrix. What is it? We'll find out in this video. It's been a while since I've made one. I have been away, but this is a bit of a challenge and I'm not sure what will come out of it. But look at this. This is what I want, and maybe somewhere there is 5 to 6 carats worth of good gem opal. But it's cracky as Cuba is. You can see it there. Will these cracks go all the way, or will we make some money here? It's nice and thick, a lot of color inside, and I wonder if you can guess what I paid for it. I'll tell you at the end. So let's go and cut this opal. Also at the end, I will show you something else, and that is one of my favorite stones that I've got. Look at that. That is 2.5 ounces of color, and I'm thinking of parting with it. So I'll quickly show you that in detail towards the end. Hey everyone, it's been a break, a long time no see. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Let's go cutting and see if I still remember how to do it after this long break. So let's go to the machine. Yeah, so here we are. I have not seen my baby, the opal cutter, for a while now, a few months. So a bit rusty here, but I am actually on a 180 wheel, which is for those who are starting and beginning quite rough, and I wouldn't recommend any novice starting on this wheel. It just eats away the opal very fast. Now let's talk about this piece. You can see it's Cuba. It's budget-like. I wonder in the comments if you can guess what I paid for it. Right at the end you'll find out. But look, budget for a reason. Firstly, it's quite cracky on that bar, even though that color bar, there's a couple of color bars that are stronger, and one of them is coming out on top, but the color is all throughout. But this is not without problems. See the cracks on that beautiful color, but look at that bright electric color. And from my eyes, just the look with my eyes, I can see these cracks are not necessarily going all through. And from my experience too, I can tell you that there is this matrix-like structure in this opal from Cuba, really, and that usually, from my experience, reflects that the opal might be cracky, flaky. Some of part of that matrix, the sand can go through all the way, like in the middle of the stone, and hence this was a budget buy. But the color in it is definitely not budget. But look at the top, cracks everywhere, right? But they are coming off because they related to that matrix sand. And I'm gonna just keep working on it. Now, the reason I went on a fast wheel is because I'm already expecting this 25 carats will probably become 4 or 5because of that matrix, and it's gonna eat away that stone quite a bit. And I might as well go on the fast wheel. So, but look at that, it's just coming so bright that, and it's quite big opal. So, but that middle sand there, some of it is going in, and those cracks are, you can see it very clearly. So let's see if we can make something out of it. And those who know me, watch my videos in the past, you would know
that I love keeping a big opal rather than cutting it up. I think everybody does, really. It's not a secret. The bigger you can have it, the rarer it is. But it's not that easy. Obviously, opal has its own mind, and it teaches you a lesson or two every time. And no doubt this will teach us something. But I am... another thing I just want to tell you is I'm doing this without a torch. I kind of figured it out. It's kind of wide opal matrix. The light probably won't go through it anyway. But the real reason is that my battery in the torch is flat, and because I have limited time, I don't have a replacement for it right here where I am. This was a bit of a spontaneous video and cut as I found some time, and I really miss you all and doing this. So I doing it without a torch and a blob is really annoying in the middle because it's looking like it might stop us. See, there's cracks on the side, but look at the color underneath there. But that big blob is a concern, a big concern. But look at this color all the way around. And then there is that matrix down the bottom. And those cracks. They're not really webbing, they are cracks. So, hence, this is gonna become much smaller stone. It's an eye I don't want to see on the opal. Oh, look at that gold though. Pretty color. Well, it's where those cracks are too, so I'm starting to think we might have to cut this kind of in half. Yeah, so I'm gonna just dry it up, but you can see the cracks. Sometimes when you dry it, also for novices, it shows up better. The blob is there, the cracks are running through the blob, so that half of the opal is problematic. So I'm just gonna cut it in half. No torch use, just gonna go and do it. And hopefully we end up with a nice half of beautiful color. Look at that, that's a good color. All right. Oops, I cut it in half and I shouldn't have. That sand doesn't go in. So now I'm gonna work with the halves. I'm gonna start cleaning it up a little bit. So I speed it up till I clean it up, and then we have a look. But that's a big mistake. All right, so cleaning this one up. It's quite flaky, as you can see. That's the matrix down the bottom, and that half is not as good, so I'll speed it up again here. Alright, so that second half is looking a bit better, as you can see. Still got some cracks on the edges and some milky bit on top, but I think that's gonna come off. So I'm gonna draw some shapes around. We're gonna have to cut it again, and this is what it is. This is what I've got, I think, because as it happens, there is, you know, a couple of good opals there in that, because if I can get those ovals, or the round and the oval, or the teardrop, I'll go around the cracks, and this one can be an oval. The cracks are on the edges, or a cushion cut. I think we keep more weight in the cushion cut. What would you do? So there you go. I cut that in half. I'm gonna speed up those little bits. That was a quick one on just 180. We'll clean it up. This light is actually not showing that color. Obviously, this needs softer wheels and everything else, but a nice little pointer around there, or teardrop. I'm gonna do this bigger one now, and again, speed it up. That's probably gonna be a couple of carats there, maybe 1.5 at the end. Again, not the greatest of light. You guys can't really see it. It's just that white light. I don't know what's happened. I apologize for that. At the end, we have a look at the colors look much better. So now is this one. Let me know. Would you? I love a cushion cut. They're rarer, and I think the jewelry looks spectacular and luxurious with a cushion cut, and more modern. So I'm just gonna. Oh, yeah, I'm still thinking about it as I'm doing it. That's why I've got those lines, you know, for the cushion cut. I think we keep more white and more color with that. Yeah, so cushion cut it is. It's bigger, it's nicer. It's not showing it as good as this actually is. So it needs a cleanup, obviously. So I'm gonna just looking again. I was just about to put it away for a cleanup. Looking at the back there, see that the gold is so bright, and that cracky matrix at the bottom. So I'm gonna go maybe for double side. Take a bit of a punt here. Yeah. So I cleaned up the back, and this is what we've got. Unfortunately, that blob of matrix this time goes all the way in, so I can't win today. Made it thin. I probably should have left it, but I wouldn't have known. Well, I kind of did, so it is what it is. And I'm now gonna have to clean it up, and then we're gonna have a look the weight, the result before polish, and you can all tell me all about how wrong did I cut this.
All right, so we've got the result with 3 opals instead of one big one because of my laziness and mistake. This is 1.8 carats, and there's still a bit to go here, rounding it up and polishing. See, there is that bar down the bottom, but as you will see, that matrixy part, and this is a good education here, when you get that matrixy parts from Cuba, it can have cracks and it can also penetrate into the stone. Anyway, I definitely would have done a better job if it was yeah, if I kept it all intact and not, you know, had to use the torch and not hurry it up. So there is a little one here, which is going to become a little teardrop. It's a pointer, 0.8 carats. It's going to be about 0.7 once I round it up, go on over wheels and polish. But look, it's a white opal. Some people will call it white crystal or whatever. I just call it white. It's more white than crystal. And then this cushion cut. So look, that color is pretty nice, fleshy, and lots of red, electric gold and green. And this is 2.7 carats. And I tried to go from this side thinking, oh, look at that. You know, that gold was showing up. But that matrix has eaten it away. So I would have been better left just keeping the backing here. This crack here, it goes, but it's down the bottom, not on top. So it's still a reasonable outcome, I suppose, once I tell you what I paid for it. All right, that's what we've got. So we've got about 5 carats, which I thought we would, but no. I reckon I could have got 7, 8 carats of a stone. One stone if I just been patient. Maybe it's the lack of cutting, or maybe cockiness, thinking I know better than the opal. Well, I don't, but not the result I wanted. But nevertheless, I didn't lose too much money here. In fact, I didn't lose any. So this is my special opal from a special region that is closed by now. It's in Lambina and it's 2.5 ounces. Look how big it is. And it's full of color. It's one of a kind. It's huge. It is a real memorabilia. I mean, does it get any better than that? Look at the colors in there. And it's absolutely all over reds, greens, and everything else. I decided that at the moment I need to recycle some money to buy some more opal for sale, and it's getting tougher, so I might part with it. I'm gonna put it on the website for sale. It is definitely not for faint-hearted, the price on this, but where else you will get 2.5 ounces of Lambina Australian opal with this kind of color? It's gonna be hard to let go, but I've got a few stones and I wanna cash up a little bit. So if you are interested, check out my website. It's definitely gonna be there, but I hope you enjoy this show. And there is another video that's showing my special collection of opals. Some of them have sold recently, actually. And a lot I'm keeping. And there's a link of that to that video here.
Yeah, so after this break, I still can promise the next video because I'm heading up north, and as you know, the world is challenging at the moment, and there's a lot of work to do. And so I'm hoping to, still stay active in the channel, and as opportunity arises to create videos. I also need to get some new opals, and the funds are a little bit thin at the moment. So, hence, I'm putting, oh, here you can see how big that is, and it's full of color, the Lambina opal. So, hence, I'm putting some of the more expensive opals up there so I can get some more cutting material. I might even put, hang on, this is just wait, in the background here. I've got a bit better. Look at that boulder opal. And this is lots of color, but it's a nice big species, couple of kilos. I haven't weighted this properly, but even that and others. So watch my website. Um, and yeah, I really enjoyed cutting this. And it's been a while. Made a mistake. The laziness didn't pay off. The torch I should have used, and probably should have ended up with a little, nice big white opal with lots of color out of it. And these cracks disappear. Would have disappeared in the middle. So anyway, hopefully you learn a lesson from me at my expense. That take your time, be patient, and don't assume anything with Opal, especially with the prices going up and up and up. And we're not playing with lollies here. It's an expensive hobby, and a lot of expensive materials can be wasted. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.